If the opinions of others did not matter to you so much, what would be different? There are many of us who are suppressing ourselves, who are doing certain things a certain way, who are people pleasing all the time because we are so afraid of what other people might think of us. And it's not even typically what they do think of us because we can't know that, but it is what we are guessing that they're thinking of us. So there's a lot in this that it's maybe not just as simple as saying, okay, stop caring what other people think. As humans, we are social creatures. We want to know that we are accepted, that we belong, and that we can connect to others. And so we try and figure this out, or we try and do this by thinking, are people going to accept me if I do this? Is this okay? Should I be doing this? How am I supposed to fit in or belong to the society? Now, with fitting in and belonging, they are completely different things. They do not give us the same outcome. So trying to fit in requires us to change who we are, whereas belonging requires us to be who we are, and that's where the distinction is between those two. When we are overly concerned with what other people think of us, it's quite often because we do not belong to ourselves first. We do not fully accept ourselves. So we're not really afraid of their opinions. We're afraid that their opinions are going to match the opinions that we have of ourselves. And that's where the challenge comes. It's the same when we're so fearful of other people's judgment or other people's rejection. We are projecting our own stuff onto other people. We're already rejecting ourselves. We're typically already judging ourselves. And the idea behind this is that we're actually just afraid that other people are going to agree. Because if they agree, then it means it's true. And then it means that we don't fit in, that we don't belong here, that we are not part of this collective tribe. And if we are isolated as humans, that's a survival thing for us. That is terrifying because going back, we need each other to survive. We need to be held by each other and supported by each other and nurtured by each other in order for our survival. So of course that's something we're going to try and make sure we gain. Of course we're going to do what we can to try to manipulate even other people's opinions of us or other people's perceptions of us. And that's why we will do things like people please or mold ourselves into a certain way or put on a mask to look a certain way to other people. But the problem here is that we're missing the point. We're missing the fact that we can be accepted by others when we accept ourselves. We can have a positive rapport with other people when we have a positive rapport with ourselves. When we shift how we are perceiving ourselves, the inner world mirrors the outer world. So whatever's going on within us, we will get a reflection back of. So if people are not accepting us, quite often it's correlated with us not accepting ourselves or not even being ourselves. How are they supposed to accept our true selves if we never put them out there? How are we supposed to know that it's okay to be ourselves if we don't practice, if we don't give ourselves the opportunity to try and be ourselves and to see how that goes? Because the more that we are at home in ourselves, the more that our energy is going to show that. We're going to be putting that out into the world that we are at home anywhere. And that's what we can gain. Then we can be at home with any group of people. And they don't have to approve of everything we do. They don't have to agree with everything that we do. But because we are in congruence and agreement with ourselves, then we don't need that. And we're not looking for that from them, which gives them more ease as well. Because if we're going into the world being like, do you like me? What are you thinking about me? Are you judging me? What's your opinion of me? That can be felt. That can be received by other people. And our anxious energy can be communicating all the time that we don't feel okay. Our level of belonging can never be higher than our level of self-acceptance. So with this, it's always coming back to ourselves. It's coming back to our own opinion of ourselves. So with that initial question, if other people's opinions didn't matter, which they don't really, what would we be doing differently? The real question is, if I had an opinion of myself that saw myself truly and authentically in my own power and with all the potential that I hold, how would I be living? That's the real question that I'd love you to explore today.